As a tour guide, I was able to turn my hobby into my profession. My hobby is learning history and visiting historic places. To be a good tour guide, one must constantly be learning all one can about the town in which he's working. I did that by both reading and attending lectures presented by notable scholars. One of the most interesting lectures I attended was presented by Tad Britt, Master of Arts from Ole Miss, a member of the Register of Professional Archaeologists. Mr. Britt presently serves as Chief of Archaeology and Collections at the National Park Service Center for Preservation Technology and Training. In order to preserve our historic and prehistoric treasures, they must first be found, and that is the job of an archaeologist. Tad recently did a site survey of what is believed to be the home place of Athanase de Meziere, an early resident of Natchitoches who was significant in both Louisiana and Texas history. You can find a brief biography of de Meziere on my Facebook page, The Forgotten History of Natchitoches. I introduce to you Mr. Tad Britt.
Thank you, Tom. Hey, I'm Tad Britt. I'm Chief of Archaeology and Collections for the National Center of Preservation and Technology here in Natchitoches, Louisiana. One of the more recent studies we did was a comparative study of metal detecting versus conventional archaeological survey at the Athanase de Meziere site. It's located at Grand Ecore, Louisiana, just north of the bridge, and it was thought and previously determined to be his home place based on some archaeological investigation and recovered artifacts. We looked at the assemblage and determined that it was a period appropriate timepiece assemblage, all dating to the late 1700s, early 1800s. We systematically laid out a grid of 25-meter long transects, 2 meters wide, raked the forest stuff away, conducted a systematic metal detection survey along all the 25 transects, flagged and marked every target. Then we went back and systematically excavated them. And the key point is we weren't just looking for the metal, but we were also looking to recover other artifacts. So we treated them as a conventional test excavation where we screened all the soil and recovered not only metal but other types of artifacts such as ceramic, glass, plastic. Of course, they didn't have plastic back in de Meziere's day, but the site seen continued occupation. The earliest components of the site date to the Caddo, where we get colono ware, which is a type of Native American pottery, but it's based on European ceramic styles like plates, pitchers instead of bowls, and other types of traditional native ware. We found the colonial ware, but then we also found numerous metal artifacts, primarily that date to the de Meziere occupation were nails, cattle parts, black cattle parts, and a little bit of hardware, like brass hardware. More importantly, we found ceramics such as faience, which is a French-made ceramic, dates to the mid-1700s, so it was made prior to the occupation there. We also found some English ware, some Jackfield red, that also dates to the 1700s. Most of the mean dates for the ceramics dated to about 1760, which coincides with de Meziere's ownership of the land. We know he owned the land. He was granted a Spanish land grant, which was honored by the U.S. government. And we know that he had a plantation there where he grew indigo and cotton. And of course, it was located right on the Red River, for transportation to and from markets. The important thing about the study is that we were able to confirm the occupation of the sites in the 1760s. We did not find a nameplate with Athanase de Meziere lived there on the study, but we did find enough French, Spanish, and English trade goods that primarily ceramics and metal that date to the 1760s and puts a firm occupation of the site during the Athanase de Meziere occupation. Thank you.